Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. I want to share a scripture with you from Genesis chapter 25. It's about Abraham's life. It's toward the end of Abraham's life. It's really kind of his epilogue. And it says this: Abraham lived for 175 years, and he died at a ripe old age, having lived a long and satisfying life. He breathed his last breath and joined his ancestors in death. And you're probably saying, gee, that's an encouraging verse. Great. But there's something really cool about this verse. It's God kind of telling you the over story of Abraham's life. 175 years, which is obviously a long time. But he says he lived a long and satisfying life. If you think back about Abraham's life, he was a great man and father of our faith, but he was a man who made some mistakes. I remember when God called him out of his land, and he would go into certain areas and he'd be afraid for his life. He'd lie and say that his wife was his sister, so that he would save his own skin. He did things that, were mistakes, and he missed it all sometimes. And yet, in the midst of his mistakes, God says he lived a satisfying life. I thought, really, what's the key to a satisfying life? Certainly the key to a satisfying life is not always getting it right. That's impossible. But it says this, that he did live that satisfying life. And here's what I think it is. Through all those challenges, he believed in God. Romans talks about it, that God accredited his belief, his faith, to righteousness. The key to a satisfying life is believing in God, no matter what you're experiencing, no matter how difficult the challenges are, no matter what it looks like on the outside, learning like Abraham had to learn when he was asked to sacrifice Isaac, that God is Jehovah Jireh. Learning like Abraham learned that when things get difficult, he's your provider. Learning when you don't understand what God's doing, tearing you out of one location to bring you in another location, trusting God that he is the one who sees all things and knows all things. That's what leads to satisfaction, believing in God, never losing that sense of trust. And that's what faith is, it's trust. When you have trust in the Lord, you're always satisfied. And Abraham lived 175 years of trusting God. Let's keep trusting the Lord, and that'll be what satisfies our souls. Blessings.